Right, so next stuff we have in here is read. So let's start with our curve info, and as it says, it is a read node, so there's no operation going on. So let's actually visualize it like this. And the much better way is to just take a cube so I can explain you easily. So we have this cube and it gives us a curve index, which is this values here you can see. We can also get values of the ID, so this is our curve IDs. We get values of the length of each of the curves, right? We also get values of the direction, right, which is 0, which means it is at normal, right? But if we change it, like I guess it works like a normal, that's why it is giving us a direction. Then we also get a random option, which does nothing because there's no randomized operation going on in this mesh. Then we also get a surface UV option, which is just going to be just like 0 because it is from the surface UVs are outputting from the normals, right? So it is curve info. Then we have curve root, which is going to give us a root information in the boolean. So we have true, false, and some spot you will see overlapping of true and false like this, because technically this is two curves, like this one is first, this one is second, right? So it is there are different curves overlapping on top of each other, that's why it is giving us something like that. We also get a root position, which just represents boolean value as well. So if we change it to something complex like this, you will see true everywhere. And then we also get a root direction, which is also true in this case. We also get a root index. By the way, this root index is different than this curve index, because curve index is index of a curve. Root index is only the index of the root. In this case, it is false here and true elsewhere, right? Then we also get a, I guess, yeah, root index, it's done. Then we get curve segment, which represents segments of curve, right? So you can see if I change the 3D model, if I change the geometry, it is going to change the segment length for each of the edges, right? Then we get a segment direction, which is which gets more complex with the complex geometry, right? And we also get a neighbor index. So we get overlapping values just like our true and false, because it is technically taking multiple values at same position, because there are multiple curve hairs are going on, right? So that was curve segment. Then we get curve tip, right, which is going to give us a true and false value, because again it is multiple curves on overlaying on top of each other. We get tip position. So just like our root position, we get a tip position here, right? Then we get tip direction and tip index. And the more the complex the mesh will be, the more the values is going to change. That is a curve tip, right? Then we get hair attachment info. So it is going to store the hair attachment information inside this module, but it is going to store it in vector format. So currently we have X, Y, and Z values on each vertex. Then we also going to get attachment is valid, like an additional boolean switch option, if this is valid or not. In this case, it is valid because it is X, Y, Z 0. Then we also get a surface normal option, which is just going to do nothing because it is just going to give us a normals option of that. We get two input option to put your surface geometry right inside this hair attachment info, and we also get a surface UV map in order to get a UV map information. So it is just a read node, it doesn't do any operations, right? So if we want additional control, like a complete freedom over our curvatures, we can always use the read node. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Like and share this video and subscribe to channel so you don't miss the next part.